going to talk about our most anticipated games of 2024.
Yes.
Anything coming out, or at least, so the asterisk on this is games that have been announced to come out this year.
Yes.
Sometimes it doesn't always happen like they say it will. And again, that's not necessarily their fault. There are just so many factors in publishing and producing a game that are out of many different people's control. So there's not really one person to blame other than maybe nobody. I'm not going to make a joke.
Don't do it.
And then Joey might be the only one to blame.
Yeah, we can say Joey.
Yeah, it's me. It's my fault.
But speaking of, why don't you kick us off with did you rank yours in order?
I did rank mine in order of how excited I am about it.
So did you rank
That's
yours in
true.
order of how much you were excited about?
I did. It was hard to do, but
I'll let you talk about it when it gets to your turn.
Okay, good.
All right, so let's start with
You want to start with
Joey
me?
over here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the order.
All
I
right, so
did
my top 5 most anticipated games of 2024. My number 5 is Star Wars Unlimited. We talked a little bit about it earlier, but I'm excited about a very high quality TCG featuring Star Wars and my extensive knowledge of Star Wars being able to enjoy it as well.
So, Joey, this isn't just board game related.
No,
apparently.
this is
just
like
all 2024.
This is RPGs, whatever we're excited about. So I'll tell you that my list does include a little something from everywhere. So, but yeah, Star Wars Unlimited. I'm looking forward to this TCG. It's coming out March 8th, I believe, and it should be fun. We'll be doing an unboxing for it and everything.
You will.
I will. Yeah, I will be doing it.
Yeah, that
Awesome.
looks good.
I'm excited.
So we're going to go around the table, except around that way. Mm-hmm. And so we'll go next with Parker. What is yours?
Hi, with me. Okay, so my number 5 is this. Like I said, this was hard. This was hard to put in any order because these all look super cool. Mine is Wormspan.
Oh,
It was gonna be on somebody's
list. Yeah.
So for those that aren't familiar, this is a play on or a take on Wingspan, where you're raising and harvesting the eggs of dragon eggs, I guess you could say. Some of the images that have come out are already living up to the previous Wingspan. So this is the answer. I want to eat the eggs from Wingspan.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. So by default, by proxy, Wormspan is going to be also another egg that I want to eat straight out of the board. But yeah, you're raising dragons and hatching dragon eggs, and it's dragons, but you get to raise them.
It looks cool.
It looks so cool.
Exciting.
Yeah. So Spencer's going to be next.
I'm next. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Mine are not, so just real quick, mine are not in any order except for the last one, the one I'm most excited about.
Okay.
Everything else I'm excited about, but not really ranked.
I did my best putting them in order what I think you would like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you did it.
Never mind. I made the graphics, whatever.
Go ahead, Spencer.
Okay, I'm
what
ready.
you got? Number 5.
Number 5 is, I don't know.
He's waiting
I
for
put
you.
these in order, but there we go. Tiny Epic Crimes. It's a mystery even to me. It needs to be solved.
That's right. It's
Right.
a tiny epic mystery.
We
Okay.
were goofing about this earlier,
Yeah.
saying like it was like jaywalking and stuff.
Yeah, like accidentally throwing a piece of candy wrapper on the floor. That's a tiny epic crime.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So from what I know is Tiny Epic Crimes. So one of my favorite games that I've discovered in the last year or so is a game called Detective City of Angels.
Angels, yeah.
City of Angels is a great game from Van Ryder where it's set in like the noir era of Los Angeles, but it's a really big game. There's a lot of setup. It's not a complex game, but there's just when you want to play it, you get it all out there, and it does take a while. And from what I understand, Tiny Epic Crimes is like that game, but just tiny and epic, like this big, and there are multiple ways to play. So I'm just excited about that because I love those types of games, and also that era. I'm not good at very many games, but when it comes to solving crimes, I may have missed my calling.
Yeah, because I played Chronicles of Crime with my wife, and I was like, we kind of struggle with some of them, and Spencer was like, oh. And I was like, really? Like
he's got an attitude.
They're tough, dude.
He's got an attitude. We do like to we do like to sleuth around about things around here.
Yeah, we're good at that.
All right, Joe, you're next. What's your next
All right,
most anticipated?
my next anticipated game is Forsaken. It's the sci-fi western board game. It's an open world board game. It looks outstanding. It's a very underserved setting, in my opinion, in the space, and that's why I'm looking forward to it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, this is kind of like a little bit of a similar style to a game called Western Legends. For anybody that knows about that, it's a very, like you said, it's an open sandboxy kind of game. But if the Old West wasn't really your thing, maybe this will be.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I love it. I love seeing like some of the pictures are really cool. There's like a giant revolver with a dude with a cowboy hat, but the revolver looks really futuristic. It's awesome.
Yeah, the game looks really cool.
I don't know if it's post-apocalyptic or not. I know it's sci-fi western, so maybe not because the technology is developed. So,
I see. So maybe
that's my guess.
Maybe like Borderlands.
Yeah, it could be like that. Yeah. I'm really excited to find out. You know, all the little story beats and things like that.
Big game too, very big.
Dragon Eclipse is it's just on my list because I like dragons. I took some notes. Do you mind?
No. I mean, even if I did, I'd say no.
Good, because you don't have a choice.
Exactly.
So what I liked mostly about this is that it's got a massive bunch of components, but that it's a solo cooperative game, right? So Dragon Eclipse being, I just love that people or publishers are taking a step away from like, oh, this is a solo game, so it has to be like it's got the solo experience. No, it's like a full campaigned solo, like tons of moving parts. Looks like a brick house of a board game. So, and like we mentioned, I feel like instead of just being the TCG resident guy, I'm also kind of turning into like the solo player.
Or the dragon guy.
Or the dragon guy. I'm just going to have all the tropes and the niches of things. But that's why I want to get to Dragon Eclipse. I want to play it right now.
Awesome. So, I don't know anything about this game, so thanks for bringing it up to my attention.
Yeah, it looks solid.
Looks great.
All right, I'm ready for my next one. Surprise me.
Okay.
Ley lines. Ley lines. Here's the reason why I'm excited about this. I didn't know about it until I spoke with Daryl Andrews, who is a co-designer of the very popular game Sagrada. Daryl has designed many games, many great games. He's really great working as a team. Like another great game he's done is Bosk. I love that. And so I found out a couple of years ago he announced that he was going to do a co-design with Wolfgang Kramer, which is an industry veteran as far as
a mogul,
right? And so, like one of the games that I like is Escape from the Hidden Castle that came out in the late '80s.
I love it.
He recently worked with Kiesling, I think it's Kiesling and Kramer, to make Wandering Towers, and that was such a fun game.
What a good
And so anyone joining. Or just by joining him is going to be a great game, but with Daryl's talent, and this is also based on a previous game that Wolfgang Kramer has made, but with Daryl's updating it with some new ideas and a new theme, it looks cool, and it's Arcane Wonders. Arcane Wonders does a great job, and so I'm in. I'm interested to see what this is about.
I didn't think much about this when I was like making your graphic, and I was like, what is this? Interesting.
Yeah, and
but when
as
you
far
say
as
Wolfgang, it's like
you're like, what's it about? I don't know. Ley lines. But I'm just excited about it because it just looks cool. Like I love how colorful it is, but also the pedigree essentially of the design.
I can understand that. You know, I'll buy a comic book if it's like my favorite writer and I don't necessarily know what it's about.
When they can't miss or when they haven't missed in a long time, you're like, I'm in. I'll just buy it.
I'm fully in. Yeah. So number 3. My number 3 is Elden Ring, the board game from Steamforged Games. Oh man, like I love Elden Ring. It's probably top 1 or 2 best games of all time. This game, it looks amazing, and the miniatures. It's a great way to have there's not really figures out there for Elden Ring, so like you can get some miniatures of the bosses, the epic bosses. I know I saw a Margit and stuff like that, and that's very exciting to me. So
I didn't even think about that.
Very high production value. Just like the Monster Hunter board game, and Steamforged really brings those like really nice pieces and stuff like that. So I know I'm a sucker for video game related board games. So here we are. My number 3 is Elden Ring.
Open the box and instantly lose, right?
Pretty much, or over and over and over again.
This is my third one, which is Spencer. I feel like you might know about this one.
Maybe.
Galactic Cruise.
No,
you don't know about
it?
Basically, what this game is you're building a rocket ship. It's got 1940s like space travel Fallout vibes, kind of that like 1940s.
It looks cool, like futuristic kind of.
Like people in the 1940s who thought what the future would look like. That artistic style.
Yeah.
But your whole goal is to build a rocket ship. For families of Earth and put the things on the ship that you think that they would like a hamburger restaurant and like a lounge area, and so you play and gain points, and then you're trying to take them to a planet. It just looks super cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah, and just from the components and like the way that you build in front of you, you're building your pieces of the rocket ship. It just looks super super fun. Yeah, but yeah, that's my third to last, I guess, middle of the road, most anticipated game of 2024. Game just looks really tight knit and really fun to sit down and play. Yeah. So that leads us into Spencer.
Yep, that's me. What's my next one?
You're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's gonna be
Goblin Coaster.
Is this like Flying Goblins?
What?
Is this
No,
like
it's
a
not.
sequel to Flying
Well, it
Goblins?
might be. So this is another one that just kind of popped up as I was scrolling through the list, and it looks. I was like, coaster. I love roller coasters. I'm a big roller coaster fiend, and like back in the day, my goal was to go to every amusement park and went to Cedar Point and tried to ride all the roller coasters with my cousin. Millennium Force at the time was the tallest roller coaster. Rode that, loved it. And so anytime I see a game about a coaster, a roller coaster, I'm excited.
Cool.
At least I'm going to look into it. And so Goblin Coaster, I mean, don't really care about goblins, but it's coaster. So the premise of the game is you're like in a mine with goblins and you're trying to build tracks for your mine cart to go down. But it's a real-time game. We were talking about real-time. So like you're working cooperatively to put down the tracks in a certain way so that you don't crash, but it's under pressure. And so you have to work together to design the track of your cart so you don't crash or whatever. And it just looks like fun with the track laying element, but then the cooperative and real-time element looks fun. I'm just excited to give that a try. So
Nice.
Goblin Coaster.
I'll play it.
My next one
Is
Monster Hunter World, the
Obviously.
board game. Now, I know this is technically out, but since there's been like delays and shortages, I don't have it in my hands yet, but I have it pre-ordered and I'm dying to get it. Oh my gosh, this game is amazing. It's the Monster Hunter minis, and you know what? Also looking forward, the Iceborne expansion is going to be coming out, and we'll finally get to get a Nergigante set if you didn't do the Kickstarter. I'm very excited about this game.
It's a big.
It's a big.
game?
It has massive minis in it. Obviously, because the monsters are massive, but that's one of the things that this board game is known for is its massive minis.
Well, yeah. When I say it's a big game, I mean it's a popular video game.
The video game's huge, and it's had a resurgence lately. Because of like a Steam sale and just there's a lot of people are excited about Monster Hunter Wilds and stuff, and you know that's video game news. And look, we have a Palico right there.
Yeah, someone
Cute.
pointed it out earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody pointed out the Palico?
Yeah.
You got a Palico friend right there.
Okay, so my next one is MLEM.
Mlem.
MLEM Space Agency. Have you heard of this, Spencer?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it about?
Space cats.
Okay, that's true.
Cats in space.
Cats in space. So basically the premise is that cats have grown to the higher intelligence form above humans and have basically gotten to the point of space exploration. And you're a cat, or you're playing as cats, then you're trying to get to different planets and explore them and get their resources and do all the things that cats might do in space. I mean, is there really any more that you need to say other than cats in space?
No.
I'm curious about, are their litter boxes anti-gravity?
Ooh. I feel like at this point, since they're space explorers, they probably moved past litter boxes.
So you think they use like
They're using like
toilets and
whatever, like
Whatever you would use
Buzz
in space.
Aldrin
No,
used.
the suit absorbs the waste in their body to power the suit.
I
Yeah.
see.
So it doesn't even come out.
I see.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should. Anything else you want to say about the game?
Well, it's fun. It's interesting because they say the year is set in 2075. So
Whoa.
we may see in about 30 years if this actually comes true. If this was like someone's, hot take and decided, hey, in 30 years, cats are on their way. So we'll see. Maybe we're getting there.
Yeah, this is basically
Based on a true story, TBD.
this is basically real.
But this is MLEM Space Agency. I don't know what MLEM.
I think it's Mlem.
Mlem. Is that the sound that cats
Yeah,
make
there's
when
no-
they cough up hairballs?
Yeah.
Like
Blem.
blem,
Blem.
blem.
Yeah, probably something like that.
I'm ready to move on to my next game that I'm most excited about for next year or this year. Is what?
I don't know. Oh,
Redwood. What? What is this game?
What is Redwood?
It's about trees.
Okay.
Redwood trees. And
Just trees.
so
Trees.
it looked. I don't think I did enough research to explain
Sorry, Hunter.
why am excited about this game. Other than this is sit-down games. They do great games like Dive. Was a really cool game where you're like looking through clear cards to find treasure.
You just look like a space cat right there.
Yeah, yes, because that's what's really on his mind.
But Redwood has some like element of, I believe it has to do with taking pictures of the Redwood forest. And so you have these trees on the board. It's about like taking pictures the right way and like with the positioning of the trees and whatnot. So I like nature and being outside, especially in the forest, and taking pictures of it. So it just looks like a pleasant game overall. And I remember it being announced a while ago, so I hope that it finally comes out. Joey, over to you.
All right, my next game. Is this my number one?
No.
Oh, so we still have
Oh,
number
wait,
two.
yes,
Oh, this is my
this
number
is your
one.
number one, sorry.
Mothership, the sci-fi horror RPG. I am dying to get this core set. Still waiting on it. You know,
Why?
got my
Still waiting
t-shirt.
on
What
it.
makes you excited about it?
It's a sci-fi like space horror game. You play
like space?
Yeah, you play as like a grunt, like just a regular worker. So you're not gonna be like overly powerful and stuff. The game does deal with some heavy themes like stress and mental health and things like that, as you deal with like monsters and the dangers of working on a ship in the space on different planets and things like that. So I'm excited about this. It's that would increase the horror quite a bit. I've heard some people talk about it, but I don't think it's like super widespread. This game looks amazing. It's my number one and most anticipated game of the year.
Wow.
There.
But Joey, someone is also very excited for Mothership.
Awesome.
Wargame Study Group. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait. I'm excited about that. And with the order, I got this really awesome looking T-shirt. Anyways, whatever.
Denver has a comment.
Sure. I am curious about this. Feels like they're re-implementing the range mechanic in a great way. Yeah, that's actually the big mechanic, and I know they use like a D100 dice for the system and everything.
Whoa.
D100.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right.
So it's yeah, I can't wait. Technically, you can play it right now, but this big core set, like the actual thing, like it was made by some dudes that make zines. Basically, made some zines or independent and stuff like that. And this is like they did like a Kickstarter, and so now the actual product is going to be coming out. So.
Awesome.
Hopefully soon.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, what is your number one most anticipated game,
is
Parker?
This my number one? It is my number one. And it's not Mothership. It is Heavy Hitters.
What?
Yeah.
I am surprised.
What a shock.
This is a Flesh and Blood set. It's a TCG. So, yeah, I mean, this is hard to say. Anticipated 2024. I don't know what the other... So, Flesh and Blood now has released that they're going to be doing 3 main, like, core... draftable sets a year. So ultimately, I'm just anticipating this is encompassing all of those 3 sets. But the most recent to come out is going to be Heavy Hitters, which drops on February 2nd. You can actually pre-order this right now on gamenerdz.com.
That's true.
If you're a Flesh and Blood TCG fan. But they actually we just finished up all the spoilers, and so all the cards are released into the public. So just coming into today and being like, what am I, really looking forward to? This was just at top of mind and wanted, I'm excited to play. I'm excited to get to like a pre-release event and try to open some new packs and build some decks with the new cards. I love this game. You know that.
I do. I know that.
One of these days you played with me once.
I played once. I lost. It's not very remarkable that I lost. So
that's true.
I'd play it again.
Flesh and Blood. So yeah, that's my number one, encompassing all of their set releases essentially for the year.
Great. I already know what my number one is.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I'm not going to put it up then. Go ahead, say it.
No, you
Go ahead.
The name of the
I'm just
game
kidding.
is Unconscious Mind. This game, first of all, the cover is striking. You just see that. You see a dude laying on a therapy couch, essentially.
Oh.
So
So he's not unconscious.
Well, he might be. I can't tell.
So the
from
box
here.
is empty?
What?
So the box will be empty?
No. I don't know what you're trying to suggest.
When you're unconscious, you're not doing anything.
That's not true. That's what this game explores.
Oh, okay.
What happens when you're in your mind, when you're unconscious? Honestly, as far as like the details of the specifics of the game, what you're doing, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of element of back in the day psychology and that kind of thing, like exploring your mind and things and talk therapy or something. I don't know, but it's from a company that does great production. The art looks great. And there you go. Yes, thank you. Dutrait and Bosley art, Vincent Dutrait and it
looks great.
Andrew Bosley, art from Everdell. But yeah, great artist, great work throughout the industry, and it's just going to be a great production overall. One of the things I'm excited about, I did get a little bit of a look at some of the mechanisms, and one of them used in the game is called a rondelle. Do you guys know what a rondelle is in a board game?
I don't know what a rondelle is outside of a board game.
No.
Yeah, sounds like
Most people don't.
Sounds like a friend of mine.
It's
Yeah,
hey,
Ron, I know
Rondell.
Ron. I
yeah,
know
what's
Ron.
up, Rondell?
It's a which publisher? I believe it is. I believe it's the same publisher as Endless Winter. Yeah, and Endless Winter was a fantastic production. I love that game. So very excited about this one. Don't know when it's coming out, but I really, really want. Oh, rondelle. What's a rondelle?
Yeah, what is a rondelle?
Rondelle is not a very
our buddy.
used,
Pins and needles.
very often
Yeah.
used mechanism where it's like some form of a circle on the game. It's normally used for choosing an action, and so it's like an action track where you move your token around it. But once you pass an action, you can't go back and do it. So it's like a one-way thing, and so you could be taking your turns by going turn or action, 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 action. But meanwhile, your opponents are going further around and getting the better action. So there's this decision of, do I get the ones I want now or skip some of those to get further ahead to get the things that are better but miss out on some of the other things. So
I see.
it's implemented in different ways.
Strategy building, yeah.
Yeah, but it's Tzolk'in was a big rondelle. What's it called? Heaven and Ale, one of my wife Laura's favorite games, uses a rondelle. Crusaders, and even Red Cathedral has a rondelle in it. So love. And yes, Johnny Pack was involved in this game. Great underrated designer. I think one of my favorite games called Fistful of Meeples is a fun little Wild West game was by Johnny Pack. So I'm just excited all around.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So
All
those
right.
are
Is
our
that
games.
it?
Rondelle. Yeah, those are our top 5.
So I want to know, everybody out there, what are your most anticipated games? Are any of the ones that we covered on this list the same ones that you're excited about? What else? Let us know what we should be excited about. Any game that we mentioned that is not currently listed on our website, gamenerdz.com, it's just because it's so far in the future. So we're going to work to get those and make sure that you're able to pre-order those from us.
Yeah.
Definitely make that an option for you.